Today our discussion will consist of the Venus transits and the great importance that these transits have in relation to the Earth. The wise initiates of the past inculcated the secret cycle of time and the wisdom attributed to it in the biblical narrative. So, for example, we read about Adam and Eve. Well, in Hebrew, we know the Aleph, Daleth, Mem is a secret code number of 144 in one respect. However, its other secret attribution pertains to the cycle of time of the Earth and Venus in reference to CH-V-H and the relationship those numerical codes have to each other, 144 and 568. Now, in one of the chapters in my forthcoming book, The Quantum Qabalah and the Secret Cycles of Time, a final restoration of the Master Mason's word according to Tarot and the Giza Pyramid measures for the age of Leo in 2232, I have a chapter entitled The Venus Transits. Now, I will read excerpts from it here, but I will also elaborate specifically upon these numbers. It is important that we understand that the secret cycles of time pertain to more than just merely the passing clock of 24 hours in a day. The rotation of the Earth on its axis in 24 hours and its relationship to Venus are highly significant. Now, Venus transits can only take place in early June and early December. It is in fact a very rare occurrence, and one that few people, if any, will be able to witness in their lifetime. This is because a transit can only occur if the Sun, Venus, and the Earth are in one line. Superior and inferior conjunctions are when Venus and the Earth just so happen to be on the same side of the Sun. And because Venus orbits the Sun in about 225 days, one conjunction to the next must be divided by a Venus orbit of 2.5 times and an Earth orbit of 1.6 times. Now, if Venus circled the Sun in the same plane as the Earth, transits would occur every 1.6 years. However, Venus' orbital inclination is tilted to that of the Earth by just over 3 degrees. This means that at most inferior conjunctions, Venus will appear either above or below the Sun from the vantage point of an earthly observer. A transit will thus ensue if Venus happens to be at a point in its path that crosses the plane of the Earth's orbit. Thus, both planes of the two orbits will cross in a straight line, which will essentially intersect the orbit of the Earth at these two periods, one which passes by the Earth in early June, and one which will pass by in early December. Hence, Venus transits can only occur during these two times of the year. Now, to elaborate upon this, the winter and summer solstice periods were Kabbalistically encoded in Scripture to refer to water and fire. That is John the Baptist and Jesus. Now, John and Jesus were born exactly 6 months apart. Now, there's great significance to this, and we can go into much greater detail than this. Venus is 243. Now, the significance of the number 243 needs to be considered in great detail. Not only is Venus transit periods in the northern and southern hemisphere of the Sun, not only do they occur in 243-year cycles, they also correspond to Venus Day. Venus Day is exactly 243 Earth days. That is 5,832 hours. Now, it just so happens that this number, 5,832, is extremely significant. When we have asked the question, many people have asked this question, why did the Hebrews start their calendar in 3760 to 3768 BC? Nobody to date has revealed the truth as to why this date specifically was set aside. But let it not be mistaken. This year is of profound significance and importance. First and foremost, the key is the radius of Venus. Now, what is the radius of Venus? 3,760 miles. So now when we take these numbers and we draw a circumference of Venus, relating it to the Earth in a ratio, not only by its size, both circumferences, but also by its distance to each other. And those distances create the harmonic, numerical, and geometrical codes. Now these are very specific. So let me give you an example. The Great Pyramid, its height is exactly 486 feet, not including the apex or the Benben stone that many people are familiar with. The height of the pyramid is exactly 5,832 inches, which is exactly how many hours it takes for Venus to rotate on its axis. It is almost a perfect circle, 360 degrees. So you ask, why would the ancients build a pyramid to correspond almost precisely to the rotational axis of Venus? Now, that is not only the one part that is important. The sideline base of the pyramid is precisely 764 feet. Now that is based on a numerical code as well, and we will discuss that in the future. I will draw all of these correspondences, and I will prove conclusively exactly where we are in this secret cycle of time and its significance for our day. These are things that are not to be overlooked. Too many people get caught up in the metaphysical research dealing with theurgy or magic. These are the veils and the blinds. People think that the Qabalah and Tarot are merely tools for magic, and that is not the truth. The truth is that it's science, harmonic, geometrical, quantum physics. There are so many theories out there, and it is so easy to get caught up in those many theories. And many of them are partially true. But what is it that we're lacking? We are lacking the detailed information. Time is consciousness. And we, as conscious sentient beings, are a part of this organism. Whatever our beliefs, our religious background, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. The truth is universal, and it not be questioned. It is unquestionable. And every single little detail or facts pertaining to that should align itself and match up. What I am revealing has never been revealed before in human history. I am revealing the true quantum code of the Bible, and I will prove it conclusively. I have spent the last 8 years to write this book, to come to this point, to make these short little videos that are amateur. However, they are true, and I will show you that. When we consider the basis of the secret cycle of time, we need to think in relation to the narrative of the story and how Adam and Kiva, or Eve, reveal this truth. It is connected. It is all interconnected, not only with Earth and Venus and our sun, but also Sirius and Orion and the Pleiades. Now I have in a previous video shown that Aleph represents 318. That is 1 divided by pi. What is 1 divided by pi but 0.318? It is the initiation of the cycle. And from there, the whole thing corresponds. Every single little detail corresponds from the fall of the fool and that cycle. These are the secrets that we must know, not only to elevate consciousness,